Hi, this is Frank Alio, and I'm going to be your host today, and we're going to have one guest today. It is Michelle, our head underwriter. Michelle and I are going to have some back and forth to help you guys get used to your back offices and what we can do for you. So to get going without any further ado, you are still here with us, Michelle?
I am, Frank.
And can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, good. We're going to go ahead and get going then. Please mute yourself, and to avoid any embarrassing moments, make sure your camera is off. This is going to be on YouTube in about an hour. So make sure your camera is off and you are muted. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to click right here, and we're going to be talking today about the personal term loan. We want to create a sense of urgency with our clients. We have exclusive products that nobody else has. We're putting them together in packages that nobody else offers, and we are separating ourselves so that we are different and better than all of the competition, giving you the opportunity to just crush it. You can be the #1 person to go to. We also are promoting the Easy Financial Group logo, and would like to keep everything that we do uniform so that as we grow nationwide, and we have 350 agents nationwide now, as we grow nationwide, we want people to recognize the Easy Financial Group logo and theme so that people will recognize us, because people love to do business with people they know, like, and trust. Okay, the real estate market is on fire right now. Are you getting your fair share of it? If not, when are you going to take action? When are you going to grab your fair share of the real estate funding boom? The easiest way to get used to the water in the pool is to jump in. So come on, guys, let's jump in. There is so much to be had in real estate right now. It is on the way up, and fortunes are going to be made. The fastest way to get involved in real estate funding is to immerse yourself in it. So where is the pool? I'll tell you where the pool is not. It's not on your couch. It's not on the TV. It's not in life's little dramas. And it's definitely not at your job. The pool is alive and well at the REIA group meetings. I love all my underwriter ladies and one gentleman equally well. They have all worked very hard to become certified underwriters. That's right. You now have dedicated certified underwriters to work with you. Nobody could give you a better opportunity than that. But this is where it gets to be the tough love. I've got to be tough right now. We have to put on our big boy and girl pants and get involved. I did a Google search for REIA meetings in North Carolina, and the results of my Google search was 81,800 hits in 0.79 seconds. That was less than 1 second. And that was less than 1 second. And real estate is cyclical. It goes up and it goes down. And what we want to do is, when is the best time to jump on board the real estate? I spoke to a friend of mine who's not involved in real estate, not involved in business at all. I posed that question to him. And in his opinion, the time to jump on the real estate cycle is on the way up. And I think from an outsider's point of view, that makes perfectly good sense. So all of the agents and all of the underwriters that are on the call today, they're going to realize that it is going to cycle back down again. When, nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball. But real estate, since the beginning, cycles up and down, up and down. We need to ride it when it's on the way up, like it is right now. Last week, Michelle posted the National REIA contact information. I hope that she does it again today, post it in the chat box. But I have a question. How many people actually contacted your REIA group? If you'd like to, if you did, and you'd like to unmute yourself, tell me who you are, where you're calling from, and what they had to say. Anyone, go ahead and unmute yourself. Tell me who you are, where you're calling from, and what did your REIA group have to say. That's not a good response. I wish I had a cricket tape. I would play the cricket tape. It's not a good response. Last week, before I move forward, we have to get involved. We've got to do this. We're going to miss the boat. The real estate cycle is going to go up. It's not going to go up forever. And we need to lead, follow, or get the heck out of the way. But we don't want to be standing there asking what just happened on the way down. We don't want to be that person. We want to be the folks that jump on board. I'm giving you tons of powerful, powerful tools that you can be the best that there is. You just need to grab them and use them. All right, last week I told you. Okay, I got a wicked feedback. Somebody needs to mute themselves. Okay, so last week I told you about the 125% buy, fix, and flip program. Here is another tool in your belt. It's called PTL, the Personal Term Loan. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And here's how the personal term loan can be used in conjunction with the 125% buy, fix, and flip. If you recall, last week I mentioned that the buy, fix, and flip, we start off by getting people pre-qualified before they actually find a property to buy. Before they find a property, we get them pre-qualified. We give them anywhere from 30 to 100,000. I told you that my average is 75,000. Most of my people qualify for 75K. We give them that 75K as working capital before they find the property to buy. Now, what I'm going to be telling you is with the PTL program, we will direct deposit from $30,000 to $100,000 into the client's bank account. This is going to be cash, folding, hard, cold, spendable cash. The unsecured business lines of credit are credit cards that can be used anywhere a credit card can be used. They are business credit cards, however, so they don't show up on their personal credit report at all. Right now, the personal term loan can be used in conjunction, in addition to the 125% buy, fix, and flip program. So we can give that person, as I mentioned, anywhere between $30,000 to $100,000 deposited directly into their bank account, and they can start spending that money tomorrow morning. That is before they found a house to buy. Nobody else on the planet is doing anything like this. You will be the only one. You will be able to crush it. You will be the best speaker that every REIA group in the country has heard. You will be the man or the woman. All right, so how do they qualify? Easy. They must be a W-2 employee with pay stubs. We've got to prove that you're an employee. We've got to prove that you've been working with that company for at least 12 months. So must have worked with the company for 12 months with the same company. Must earn between $4,000 per month to $40K per year. Must live at the same address for 12 months. In other words, they want stability. They just want to prove that you're stable, you're not running away, you're not going to take the money and run. Because they're going to be putting $100,000 in your bank account with no strings attached. Well, I shouldn't say it completely no strings attached, but so few strings attached. It is unbelievable. Okay. All right. Next thing is you must have less than 25K credit card debt. That's it. If you can qualify with these things, you can qualify to have anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 cash put into your bank account. You can qualify for anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 business credit cards. All of this can be combined on the 125% buy, fix, and flip program. If you need to be seeing the value of all of this, you need to understand how powerful all of this is. You need to be talking to REIA groups, and you will be treated like a king or a queen because nobody else has this. Of course, this is combined with our exclusive 125% funding program, the buy, fix, and flip, buy, fix, and hold, commercial real estate. If the clients do not qualify for whatever reason, it doesn't matter the reason. If they don't qualify for some reason, we can put them through a new credit sterilization program. Currently, we are way backed up because of the government shutdown, but shortly when we get through the backlog that we currently have, it'll only take 14 days to process people to get them a perfectly clean credit report. Currently, as I said, we are way backlogged, so we cannot promise 14 days at this point, but you can start putting people in right now. It'll just going to take a little bit longer than the 14 days. I would quote people 30 days. But anyone that has any kind of a problem that's preventing them from moving forward on any kind of a loan for any reason, you can put them through this program. We have somebody who is making a little bit of background noise. It's not real disturbing, but it is disturbing. So if you could please mute yourself, I would really appreciate it. All right, moving forward. Because we would like to have a consistent look across and a uniform look across the country, these are the business cards that we'd love to have you use. You can get these business cards from Nikki Love. She produces a beautiful card. This is a card that she produced. This is a beautiful card. You can get a hold of Nikki Love, and I might have her come on and just tell you what her information is and her contact information. And she'll design a card like this for you, and all she asks is praise, but a small donation as well. Now, she doesn't work for the company in this capacity. The company doesn't provide this business cards. And so a small donation to her would be a wonderful thing. All right, that's enough of that. The personal term loan, get with your dedicated underwriters to work out the deals, the details of all of your deals. Use the exclusive 125% buy, fix, and flip, the unsecured business funding, and the personal term loan. With these powerful tools, you can dominate any marketplace. And with that, I'm just going to open it up for a moment. Does anybody have any questions about anything we talked about so far? Just unmute yourself, tell me your name, where you're calling from, and ask whatever question you'd like to ask.
Hey, Frank, you said that our people have to have a W-2 job of $40,000.
I don't know who this is.
Clay Hanwell.
Hey, Clay, welcome. Okay, go ahead.
Our people have to have a job for the 30 to 100K funding, or is that just for the personal term loan?
Just for the personal term loan.
Okay, but they don't have to have a job to get the UBF, the unsecured business funding.
No, they have to have some kind of a business to get UBF.
Right.
They don't need to have it right.
Okay, gotcha.
That's a good question. To get the unsecured business funding, they don't actually have to have a business this moment, but before they get funded, they will. So
And
if they were a buy, fix, and flipper, or they were a rehabber, they'd have to just go in and set up an account. Frank's rehabbing, and then they would qualify for unsecured business funding.
okay, and Frank, how long do you have any idea how long the backlog is going to be in the credit repair?
Next week, I'm going to probably have Mr. Garnett on. I had Mr. Garnett on before the shutdown. He is working as hard as he can. He's brought in extra help to process it. The answer is I don't know, and I don't want to try to make one up. I really don't know.
Okay, no problem, Frank. And do we have other people that have come through the credit repair and actually got funding yet, or have we not even hit that milestone yet?
Well, we've had 5 people come through. We've had many more than that since last week. We had 5 last week. We've had many more come through, but we haven't actually.
Okay, good. Well, thanks for those answers. I appreciate it, Frank. I'll leave it to somebody else now.
Okay, all right.
Hi, this is Martin Mitchell.
Yes, Martin, welcome.
Well, yeah. Tell me, I'm a little just on this program for the first time, and the unsecured business funding. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yes, it's part of a 125% program, and what we do is we will get a business. So if it's Frank's rehabbing, we would get the business. We'll get them unsecured business funding from anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 worth of unsecured credit, and it would become in the form of credit cards that can be used to pay off any and all debts, and these credit cards will be with introductory rates of 0% APR. So basically, the UBF program is unsecured business funding at 0% APR, which allows your client to make money on our money.
So what sort of credit does that person have to possess to be able to qualify for that unsecured credit?
They have to have at least a 680 or above FICO. They have to have no negatives or derogatories. And basically, that's pretty much it. They do need to eventually have a business. They can apply before they have a business, but eventually they're going to have to either pay $75 at their courthouse and become a DBA, doing business as, or $495 through us to become a C Corp or an S Corp or a
LLC, right? Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Do you require this person to have a certain amount of trade lines?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. They need they like to see 2 years open trade lines. This is Michelle. I'm an underwriter.
At least 2 years.
At least 2 years. I mean, I've had people that have had great credit scores and 6 months open trade lines and they don't qualify. So they like to see at least 2 years open trade lines.
Okay. And you said that comes in the form of credit cards that they can use to do their business. This comes in the form of credit cards, right? You were saying, right?
Yes. I was giving you the leeway, Michelle, to answer. Yes, the answer is this is going to be in the form of business credit cards that do not show up on your personal account. They don't show up on your FICO. What we do is we create a Paydex account for the client, and they're completely separate from the personal.
From the personal, right? Understood.
So they are business. They can be used for anything that a credit card can be used for. Paying taxes, paying attorney's fees, paying closing costs, paying your vendors, paying Lowe's, paying Home Depot, putting gas in your car, or even buying McDonald's.
Okay. All right. So this card can be used for any purpose.
If you have any questions, you should have a dedicated underwriter as well that you can call, and they'll go over every single program with you.
Okay, what would be a dedicated, someone invited me up to join this call. Would that be a dedicated underwriter? Who would be that dedicated underwriter?
Are you an agent with finance agents? Yes?
I'm not. No, I'm not yet.
Oh, okay. Then you know what? I'll stick my email in the chat and then you can email me and we'll make sure we find out who invited you. And then I'll be more than happy to get you connected and all
Great.
the info you need. So I'm going to put my email right now in the chat.
Okay, great,
Okay.
great.
All right. Well, thank you.
Wonderful,
Good afternoon,
thanks.
Frank. This is Nate. How you doing?
Hey, Nate. Welcome to the call, Nate. Glad to see you back with us.
Yes, it's good to be back. Was it Mr. Mitchell that invited?
Yes, this is Mitchell.
Okay. How you doing? Good questions. Yes, I wanted to, there's a little clarification I need to understand. You, Michelle, you mentioned 2 years of trade lines. Now, once you do the credit sanitization and everything's cleared up, how would that allow you to continue with the UBF program if you don't have
Well,
2 years trade lines?
Well, we want to keep the good trade line. So the credit sterilization is about getting rid of the bad and keeping the good, getting rid of the negatives. But if they only have negatives, then it's definitely going to be an issue getting them unsecured business funding, because corporate is pretty strict. They really like to see, they want to see 24 months of, consecutive payments. And if it's all bad and no good with the credit sterilization, how are they even going to have a score after that? If we're just
Absolutely.
getting rid of all bad, there's going to be nothing left to score.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I put my email in the chat. If anyone doesn't have an underwriter and has any questions, feel free to email me and we can make sure that you're assigned somebody.
Well, for the benefit of Mr. Mitchell, who just called, between you and Nikki, he can always contact me and we can.
I was invited actually with Roz.
Roz is actually.
I don't know how it works, but Roz is the one told me.
I sent you the email.
Oh, you sent me the text?
Yes, I sent you the email.
Okay, so if whoever's your underwriter then can take care of this.
Yeah.
So, all right, Frank,
Okay.
I'm going to mute so you can finish the call, okay?
Okay, guys.
All right.
Okay, so now
Great.
can we see my screen again? We're going to go ahead and move forward because we only have a half hour and we're using it up. So I wanted to real quickly jump into, Michelle, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. I'm going to talk a little bit about the back office right now. And I apologize, guys, because we only have 30 minutes and I don't look for millions of questions. So let's get right down to it. When you got your back office, when you become an agent, you get this beautiful, really professionally done back office. And you have landing pages for you to use. This is the landing page that I use. You get the ability to have links that you can invite people for various things like agents, customers, and such. We have all these different types of products that are available. We have a complete dashboard. We have an action plan, available documents. We have documents documenting everything that we market. We have training available on everything that we market. And then we have contracts that are available. But the most important thing that you want to have to create a good relationship with your underwriter is to invite leads, invite agents, but then lead information. So I wanted to go over the lead information today with Michelle. And there are two different views that we're going to see. I'm going to talk about maybe. The view that I see and the underwriters see is much more detailed than this one that is coming up eventually. Come on. I hate it when I do this. Click on something and nothing happens. Boy, it's working, but it's slow. All right, maybe I won't talk about it, but I'll tell you about it. lead information will tell you everything that's going on with the lead. If you've put a lead in, it's a client, and we've contacted the client, it shows that we've contacted them. If they've uploaded their driver's license and application and everything, it shows. Now, Michelle, we were talking earlier about the back office, the underwriter's back office.
Mhm.
We want to talk about how it relates to the agent's back office, please.
Absolutely. So Frank and I were discussing earlier today how important it is as an underwriter to make sure that we're putting really clear notes in regards to our conversations, our emails, where the file is at. Basically, every time I make a call or send an email, I put a note in my back office. And how that relates to the agents is when you're in your portal and you go to your lead information tab, you're going to see everything that I'm doing with your file. So for instance, if I called Joe Customer, I made a note saying I called Joe Customer, we discussed A, B, and C, and we have a closing date for next week. You as an agent are going to be able to log into your portal and see exactly the notes that I have put. So each and every underwriter should be obviously making notes on any and all changes, conversations, emails, anything they do to your file. They're supposed to be noting it so that you as an agent will be able to see the process along the way. And you can make notes to us as well. You could go into your lead information tab, click the client's name, and add a note for us to see. Instead of trying to reach us or call us, you can just click on lead information, click the client's name, and say, hey, I want to schedule a call with the client at 4 p.m. Would you mind being on it with us? And then at that point, we're going to see it in our back office. So it's a great means for communication between agents and underwriters.
And I couldn't have said it better myself. And the problem that I'm having is I've got too many screens open, and I cannot get into my agent portal. But I'm going to go ahead. Am I sharing my screen now?
You are.
Okay. So you can see up here that it's trying to log in, but I'm not getting success here. I logged out and logged back in, but not getting very much success. The point, though, that we wanted to make is you have a beautiful back office that you can be very proud to bring agents and customers to, both agents or customers, to your back office. You have all the tools that you need to communicate and to handle your clients in a very, very professional manner and with a professional back office. The bond between the underwriter and the agent or the pro agent is so that you are completely in control of your client. So when you bring a client in, you can know that you have a dedicated underwriter who's going to be working directly with you and with that client to give that client the best possible service. And that's the whole goal of what we wanted to talk to you guys about today. Okay, well, we're right at the half hour, we're right at 1:32. So, Michelle, did you have anything else that you'd like to talk about before we say goodbye?
Nope. Like I said, if anyone does not have an underwriter, I put my email address in the chat. Feel free to email me and we'll get you dedicated to an underwriter. There's 5 of us here now, so there's more than enough where, agents are going to have their needs met.
Oh, so now finally, when you finished that, it popped up. Okay, so let's see
Perfect.
if we can get the lead information so we can just at least show them what we're talking about. Hopefully, it'll come in within the next few seconds. Now, Michelle, you had put up the REIA, the National REIA Group information. Do you have that handy that you might?
I already put it up in chat when we started.
Okay, great. So the point that I'm trying to make here, guys, is the real estate market is absolutely on fire right now. We need to grab our fair share of it, and we need you to be on the front lines. We need you to be at the REIA group meetings. REIA stands for Real Estate Investment Association, and the REIA stands for Real Estate Investment Association. There is a REIA group in every city and town across the country. They're always looking for guest speakers because they meet on a monthly basis. They're always looking for a guest speaker. And if you can step in and tell the real estate investors who are hungry for money every single day, they are hungry, searching for money. And if you can show them that you have these powerful programs, you will be welcome back to speak every time. And so with that, it is 1:34, and I am not getting into my lead information back office. Too many screens open. So I'm going to say thank you all for your time. I'd like to respect your time. If there are any parting questions, I'll answer a question for a couple of minutes. Anyone else have any questions?
I've got a quick question for you. I was trying to get a account number for one of our agents, and the site was actually not cooperating, giving me the opportunity to get the number for her.
Okay, if you contact me after the call, I will go ahead and get that for you. But
All
I
right.
got to close down a couple of screens because I got too many open.
Very good. Thanks.
All right,
One other question, Martin Mitchell. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. On the funding side, are there any limits, upper limits in terms of what you fund, in terms of size of the project, or let's say investors want to fund the project?
Upper limits. Well, yes, there are many different programs that we have. The upper limits could be in the millions, the multi-millions.
Mhm.
We can go anywhere from, with this program that we're looking at, the 125, it could go anywhere